This week on the New Leadership Normal, the effectiveness of the senior leadership team. We always advise leaders throughout the organization to lead well in spite of, no matter the barriers thrown in front of them, environment, the market, or their senior leadership team. When we speak to change leaders who manage the organization's projects, the number one question is always, how do I get my executive sponsor engaged? We tell them that it's their responsibility to organize things in such a way that they can tell the executive sponsor what to do to help them best. In other words, we always promote responsibility and leading from where you are, almost as if you can't really control what the executives do. So, with that said, let's focus on the senior executive leadership team. Leaders throughout the organization frequently feel disconnected from the senior leaders. It's a special private club. What happens up there? Senior leaders are leaders too. As a senior leader, you need to develop. You have issues. You need to work together with your colleagues as a team. You also have the challenge of being the chief executive of your own team, all the way to the frontline employee. Our work with executive teams, called Executive Leadership Focus, is a powerful process where we integrate the new leadership normal for big impact. Here's an example. In one of our Executive Leadership Focus sessions, we had a new hire executive from outside the company who took over general management of one of the major divisions. He went through the typical intensive interview process, of course, including a session with me. He was very sharp and very experienced. After watching the executive leadership focus process for a bit, the new guy brought an issue to the table. It had to do with an employee who made a mistake that cost money and relationship problems with a big customer. Everyone around the table knew about the issue. This new executive gave a quick status and explained how he was going to handle this. He came from a tough manufacturing company environment. His proposed approach was tough as well. He was going to teach the employee who made the mistake a lesson and use him as an example. There was a noticeable silence in the room. A vacuum of palpable tension sucked the air out of the room. I realized instantly that this was going to be a defining moment. Time seemed to be ticking by in slow motion. Then the dam burst. The entire room erupted in very loud, simultaneous voices, explaining that the approach he proposed was not the way it was done around here. You see, the culture of this very successful company is very supportive and caring, focused on growing leaders, while simultaneously tightly managing the numbers and productivity. The new executive quietly took the feedback, asked a few questions, and revised his approach. He brooded the rest of the day. I was worried about him. At the end of the day, he asked for the floor. No one knew what he was going to say. He thanked the team for pouncing so energetically on his approach. He told us that the reason for his gratitude was that if he hadn't experienced what we had said earlier that morning, he likely would have been asked to resign in about 6 months because he would have been operating opposite of the organization culture and wouldn't have known otherwise. He was grateful to avoid the frustration, waste of time, and the damage he likely would have caused. What's that worth? Likely in the millions. A footnote. The new guy is still in his position and has been very successful growing his division. The power of an effective senior leadership team is enormous. We'll focus on this perspective in future blog articles here. A few tips. Open the books. Share what happens at the senior team level. Answer the why question. Your team needs to help you prepare for interaction with your senior team colleagues. Help them understand what you need and, importantly, why you need it. Share problems. You and your colleagues are dealing with similar issues, just different flavors. Get comfortable being vulnerable. Work on real issues when you're together. Focus on what's best for the company, suspending the natural desire to protect your turf. Go deep. Go beyond the staff meeting and deal with issues in a deep way, together. Focus on the 60-40 equation. Cross boundaries to create comprehensive solutions. Look for strategic partners. While working on issues, identify how you can benefit from partnering with the talent in the room. Who knows, the marketing exec may have a great head for financial analysis. Bring direction to your team. Provide the latest thinking from the senior team to your departmental team to keep the connection. You need executive leadership focus. Give us a call to discuss how you can exponentially increase the effectiveness of your senior leadership team. What do you think? I'd love to hear your experiences regarding the senior leadership perspective. Please share in the comments. Thanks for joining me. If you missed us last week, click the video to your right for what, when, and how. Will I see you on Saturday morning? Each Saturday, our special email conversation focuses on you as a leader with a message you won't see anywhere else. Click the link on the top right of your screen or visit jimcanterucci.com. Please join us for more next week on the new Leadership Normal.